A rusted water pipe disappeared beneath the streets of a quiet town, carrying something its residents couldn't see. Every morning, people turned on their taps, filled coffee pots, mixed baby formula, watered gardens, and carried on with ordinary life. The water looked clean. It tasted normal. It arrived exactly as it always had, but hidden inside it was a problem that had been building for years. And the people responsible already knew. The first signs were easy to dismiss. A strange taste, an unusual smell, complaints that seemed isolated and unconnected. When residents raised concerns, they were often told the water met safety standards. Reports were filed away. Reassurances were given. Life continued. But behind office doors, spreadsheets and internal discussions painted a different picture. The town's aging infrastructure was becoming expensive. Replacing pipes, upgrading treatment systems, and meeting stricter environmental standards would cost millions. For local officials, utility companies, and contractors, there was enormous pressure to keep costs down. And that pressure created a dangerous temptation. Instead of fixing the underlying problem, decision-makers looked for cheaper alternatives. Small compromises were made, maintenance was delayed, testing procedures became less aggressive. Reports focused on what was technically compliant rather than what was genuinely safe. Each decision saved money. Each decision seemed minor, but together, they were creating something far larger. Months turned into years. Inside homes across the town, contaminants slowly accumulated. Some residents developed unexplained health issues. Parents worried about their children. Doctors noticed patterns but struggled to identify a single cause. The problem was almost invisible because no single moment revealed the truth. There was no explosion, no chemical spill, no dramatic disaster. Just a slow drip of contamination entering thousands of lives one glass at a time. Then came the data. Independent researchers, journalists, and concerned citizens began comparing records. Water tests from different years told conflicting stories. Internal communications suggested that some officials had been aware of risks long before the public learned about them. The discovery changed everything. The question was no longer whether contamination existed. The question became who knew and when. Public meetings grew crowded. Residents demanded answers. Officials faced accusations of negligence. Companies pointed to regulators. Regulators pointed to outdated laws. Everyone seemed to have a reason why somebody else was responsible. Meanwhile, families were left wondering whether years of trust had been misplaced. The most disturbing part wasn't necessarily the contamination itself. It was how ordinary the process looked. No secret conspiracy hidden in a bunker. No movie villain making evil plans. Just budgets, deadlines, reports, meetings, and financial incentives. A system where saving money today could quietly transfer the cost to someone else tomorrow. By the time investigations revealed the full scale of the damage, the contamination had already become part of the town's history. Pipes could be replaced. Treatment systems could be upgraded. Officials could resign. But none of those things could erase the years that came before. Because the story of this town is not really about poisoned water. It's about something far more uncomfortable. Every community depends on invisible systems, water pipes, power lines, treatment plants, safety inspections. Most people never think about them until something goes wrong. And when profit becomes more important than prevention, the danger rarely arrives all at once. Sometimes it arrives slowly. One budget meeting, one delayed repair, one ignored warning, and one glass of water at a time.